punches in an elite level fight. And, you know, up until this point, I don't think we've seen anything on this level, this back and forth. So credit to both men. Hopefully Lubin recovers. There has not been any official announcement whether or not he has a broken orbital.
Well, actually, I was just going to announce that Mauricio Suleiman did say that he was extremely happy to learn that Erickson Lubin is safe and well. He acknowledged Lubin being a warrior with a huge heart who gave the world a sensational championship thriller against Sebastian Fundora. Congratulating them both. So Suleiman did not clarify whether or not there is any broken orbital or anything else for that matter on Lubin, but he did say that he is safe and well. So that obviously is what we would like to hear. That is, you know, great news. So
absolutely, man. But nonetheless, I'm excited to have Sebastian Fundora in here. I want to take a picture, obviously, with him after the show, like we do with all our guests. But this one's going to be interesting to see how, you know, the height, right? They say he's 6'5". Let's see if it's.
Are you gonna get that gut punch on him?
On his Twitter, he has 6'6". So.
Okay, let's see if it's real 6'6", because you know sometimes it'd be fake on BoxRec.
Sometimes you get that, you know, that gut punch picture. You're gonna try to cop one of those.
Yeah, of course. You got
real quick before we get him in though. We got New York Bullet with the super chat that says, "What up, TBV? What up to you?" And then we got LA the God that says, "Fight of the year, Lee Wood, Mick Conlon, or Lubin Fundora."
See, and I will lean to Lubin Fundora because obviously they are more. They're more known on the world stage.
Not just that, right? Obviously, Lee Wood is the
WBA regular. So this is the same thing. This is the interim.
This is the interim. But what I was gonna say was, I felt that I don't know, man.
It's just not the same. And no matter how popular they want to make Lee Wood or Mick Conlon, they haven't gotten the TV time of Lubin or Fundora.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because I was gonna say, you know, obviously. They were both back and forth fights. Official scorecards did have Lubin up, you know, and with both men being knocked down, it was extremely close, you know. So definitely a fight of the year candidate. But we do have some guests in the green room. Ness, would you like to get them in?
Yeah, I'm texting Ryan to bring in Sebastian and the dad. And then we'll swap out and bring in Samson Lewickovic, the promoter, and the sister as well. I believe Gabriela Fundura is here as well. If you are a Patreon, you already know we have questions for you. Not only, watch the cameras there, big guy. Oh my God, you are huge. That's like more than 6'6". That's like a 6'9". ¿Cómo está? Pleasure to see you, Samson. Thank you so much, first and foremost, for doing this for us. We truly appreciate it.
Los audífonos, Samson. Ahí están ahí.
We truly appreciate you guys coming in on a Sunday. Pero Sebastian, how are you?
Great. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. Listen, I want to ask, though, because yesterday we were watching a fight, and we weren't sure of your nationality. Or because I think you said Argentine, right?
I don't know why I thought he was Argentine, maybe because of all the fighters Samson, you know, deals with from out there. But
and I think I thought maybe Panamanian, and someone said no, half Mexican. I'm like, we're gonna have to ask him.
People were saying half Mexican, half Cuban. I'm like, oh,
yes, I heard half Mexican. So it's half Mexican, half Cuban.
One, yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow. So who's the combination? Who's Cuban and who's Mexican?
My father's Cuban and my mother's Mexican.
Yeah. You know, us Caribbeans, we're lovers, so I can see it.
just because it was recently announced, Cuba for the first time in 60 years, you know, allowing professional boxing. You know, how happy does that make you? Not just for the sport.
Well, maybe not him, more your father, right?
Honestly, I don't even know about anything about Cuba when it comes to boxing. I know they're good actually, but I know. If it's more competition, that's what I'm happy about, the competition coming in. But other than that, it's I guess it's good for the boxing world.
Okay.
I love your post-fight interview. I love that, you know, you acknowledged the interim, but you said, I want the real belt. I don't know exactly your words, but you were direct enough because there are a lot of people that get content with interims or regulars. And, I love that your hunt for the title isn't over. But I just want to congratulate you. That was an amazing fight, man. I mean, you guys went back and forth. We are huge Lubin fans. Like, huge Lubin fans. Like, I've driven 1,400 miles to see him in his camp before the first loss. And when he was signed to Tyson, they were in this studio fight week. So you really broke my heart because I had to pick him. I know him for so long.
Yeah.
I have to pick him. But, man, you impressed me. Your inside work. I mean, you would say this is your best performance?
I think so. Everybody was saying this was going to be the hardest fight. So we got the job done. We got it in spectacular form. So, yeah, I would say this is my best performance.
For you specifically, though, why? What did you think you did better than normal, or what was different about this fight that you could label it your best performance?
It's just we proved a lot of people wrong. And that's just it helped me with my I guess ego or whatever.
Okay.
It just helped me more mentally. I didn't need it. I knew we were gonna do this. The whole team knew this was gonna happen, but it's nice to show everybody else.
You knew you were gonna stop him.
We knew we were gonna do it. We knew we could do it.
Okay.
What was going through your mind? Because obviously there was a lot of success with those uppercuts, and Erickson was trying to find ways to get on the inside, landing some body shots. When he came on late in the fight, and just walk us through it, because watching it, I thought you got knocked down, but in the post-fight interview, you were saying how you're like, all right, it's time for me to take a knee, and you did so. What was going through your mind, and how hurt were you during that moment?
Yeah, it was a it was a knockdown. It's considered a knockdown with the knee. Yeah, when the glove touched the ground, but we took that knee. We took it on purpose. Because we were getting hit with a couple clean shots, and it was more than I liked. And I was like, you know what? I need to recollect myself. We took that knee.
A few seconds left in the round, or were you confident, like, okay, I'm gonna make it to see the end of the round?
And I didn't know what time it was in the round. I never look at the bell when I'm training. You shouldn't look at the bell, because then you just waiting for it to be finished, and that's like a loser mindset, But no, I knew. All I was thinking was recollect yourself and get back into the fight, and I did.
I gotta ask, because I just had to get glasses because of old age. Are those prescriptions or reading? Full prescription?
Full prescription.
So are you near or farsighted?
I think nearsighted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to ask. So watching this knockdown live, I wouldn't have known that you were still in the fight enough to realize, let me take a knee. I thought that was just, accumulation, a knockdown based on accumulation. To hear the post-fight, to go back and watch it, I actually can see it now. I know maybe some still question whether or not, you chose to take the knee, but I feel like after listening to the post-fight, rewatching it, you can see you take that knee, which makes you very mature and aware in the ring. And I just want to know, when did that start? Do you think that you picked that up this fight, or has your composure been always something that was with you throughout your career?
Oh, it's just like instinct, It's boxing instinct. Do you want to keep getting hurt, or do you want to survive this fight, or do you want to win? And I wanted to win. Whether it was taking a knee for a second and coming back in, that's fine. I'll take this round. I'll take this round off, I guess. I'll give him this round, but I'll come to the next round and I'll stop him the next round. And we kind of did it. Not the next round, but the round after. So.
Did you know that they brought in Jamonte Clark for sparring and to help them out in camp for this fight?
I figured that out, I think, the week of the fight. So I was like, I couldn't care less. Jamonte Clark's not me. Tall southpaw, but he's not me. We don't fight the same.
But you guys had that tight fight where some believe he deserved the win.
Yeah, some people say that. I think I deserve the win, but it is what it is. We don't fight the same. He's a boxer. I'm more of a fighter, and it was a good, I guess, good camp for him to bring him in. But we're not the same fighter.
Now, how long, Samson, has Sebastian been sanctioned by the WBC?
What do you mean?
How long has he been in their rankings? How long has he?
I would say over a year.
Over a year. So, because obviously, when you win a fight of this caliber, the detractors show up, or the diehard fans of Lubin show up. So now there is a narrative that there wasn't drug testing for this fight. So I wanted to ask you, was there? Because this is a WBC fight.
There was no drug testing, and I was asking for it the whole time. I'm fine. You could test me right now. They test me after the fight. They test me for peeing and blood after the fight. But what good is that then? The fight already happened.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take a test whenever.
Yeah, one of the media members, I seen him, and but that's his thing. I'm not going to say his name. I am going to have him in studio. I'm sure we'll bring it up. And, he's like, well, they had no drug testing, and Fundora didn't take off his gloves. Look at him. He's taking pictures with his gloves. So I'm a straight shooter, so I'd rather say it to you first before, it's on Twitter or in articles, and get your response right here in studio, just so that you do have, to get in front of these kind of statements.
You know what's funny? Me and my sister were laughing about it because when we went to wrap our hands, they watched us. Galarza came in.
They being
Galarza came in.
Jason Galarza, the father.
The father came in. Galarza came in. Galarza for a long time.
Yep.
He came in. He watched us wrap our hands. Everything was fine. He touched the padding and everything. Then he watched us wrap our gloves on. And when they went to go wrap their gloves, we didn't send anybody because we trust them. Why would they cheat us? So why would we cheat them? Oh, of course, but
so
boxing. We're professional. At this level, there's no reason to cheat. You're already up there.
So the last one is, he's way too tall, too big to be making 154 naturally. They need to drug test him. 6'6", he shouldn't be fighting in that division.
What type of drugs will make me
diuretics? Diuretics help you lose weight.
With this question right there, doesn't it show you that I don't know nothing about that crap?
I mean, I hear you. Listen, I dream to be in this situation, to have a chair to give a champion the ability to answer these tough questions and be the one asking them. So, it's no ill will or anything like that. But, rather than let someone else ask you these questions, I want to find out myself and put it out there to the boxing world. So you are open to drug testing, and you were seeking it for this fight, you're saying?
Yep. The last time,
it didn't happen. Why, you believe?
I don't know. We'll do the next fight. I was supposed to do it for the last fight too with Garcia, and we didn't do it. The only time we did VADA testing was with Coda.
Wow, that's strange.
I don't know.
The other names are bigger than Coda.
You would imagine, especially with this fight. I would imagine with this fight, but it didn't happen. We're open to it. I'm at home all the time. My boxing gym is right behind my house. So
does it give you more confidence? Is it like an ego stroke that they are now making excuses for your power and your dominant fashion?
That's always gonna be a thing. They're always gonna be blaming on the height. His height beat me and all this stuff. The height didn't punch you.
Oh, I seen that too.
Didn't punch you.
I seen that too. You're a height bully.
Yeah, the height bully. Yeah, height bully. Yeah.
I love it though.
It's things. Yeah, it's things like that. They're never gonna leave, so it doesn't bug me. I'm just learning to live with it.
I'll be honest. When Julio Cesar Chavez fought at 160 pounds, he was notorious for weighing over that limit after rehydration. The highest he got was like 188. I don't care. I think it was 182. Excuse me. I don't care. As long as you can make the weight. Ponce de Leon stood at 130 and 135 like practically his whole career. If you can make the weight, you should be allowed to make that weight. Like Earl Spence gets kind of criticized for being big in his division, but he's sacrificing to make that weight.
That's the rules. I don't jump up crazy. At fight night, I'll probably 161, 162. Nothing crazy. I don't jump up no 170, 180, taking advantage. This is the weight I walk at. It's never been a problem for me. The day it's a problem, then you guys will see me move up. I won't question it or nothing. You'll see me move up to 160, or say it's a bigger jump, I'll move up to 168 because my body changes. But right now, God has me at 154, and I'm going to stay at 154.
How long you think you can hold it?
For as long God wants me to be here.
Wow. So you can win the full title and defend, in your opinion, in your mind. That's how you envision it?
I would hope so.
Beautiful. So speaking of the Castaño and Charlo fight, is there a style you prefer? Obviously, as a fight fan, I'm assuming a Fundora and Castaño. is a lot more explosive because it's like you guys want to come together.
Yeah, it's just it's how long they could last, because I know we have the power to get both of them. So it's whatever. Whoever wins those belts, if we can have next, I'm taking it.
So some of the criticism is he's so tall but doesn't use his height. He's so long but doesn't use his reach. Why are you not more traditionally a Lennox Lewis style, a Tommy Hearns, not Paul Williams because he didn't use his height and reach, but why don't you use your attributes to the best of your ability?
It's just something
according to society, because obviously you're successful using your style, not what people think you should do.
It's just the same thing with like careers. Like people go to college and they get a degree and then they go and they become something big in the world, or people don't go to college and they still become something big in the world. It's my choice. It's the way I like to fight, and it gets the job done always. So why change something that's already good?
So you've always been a banger, in your opinion.
Yeah, I trust my power.
How many amateur fights did you have?
I had over like 100. A lot of amateur. I've been boxing since competing since I was 8 years old.
Do you remember the amount of losses?
Yeah, I had a couple losses. I lost my first fight, so you get used to your body, and that's what I'm starting to understand now. How to control my body and win these fights.
Obviously, winning last night put you in position. You got the interim title, with you now, but it put you in position for the winner of Charlo Castaño. Stylistically, who do you think would be best for you, and how do you see the second fight play out between them?
Thank you for doubling back. He didn't answer.
Well, either way, either of them. I couldn't care less who wins. I'll fight whoever. I'll fight one, and then I'll fight the next one for the next fights. Whoever wins, I would want to fight next, obviously, because they would have the belts. But I couldn't care less who I fight.
Would you
I don't care if I have advantage in either or. I would just want to fight the champion himself.
What'd you make of their first fight last summer? I was there. It reminded me a lot of your fight last night. A lot of back and forth. One guy would do good, really good, in that same round it would turn back around. Similar to the round, later on in the fight where you got knocked down, you were doing very well in that round. Just curious, what'd you make of that first fight, though?
It was a good fight. I only saw highlights of it, really, but from what I saw, I felt like Charlo has more power, and with the second fight, I think it's gonna make the difference. All he has to do is catch him again, and he'll get the job done. But Castaño, maybe he comes in more condition this time. Maybe he brings a little bit more dog out. He can get the job done too. So we'll see what happens.
Are you one to, a lot of fighters, it's very different. Are you one to watch a lot of film on your opponents?
I never watch any film on anybody.
Any film?
I couldn't care less.
So you've never seen Lubin fight?
That's why when you ask me with Charlo and Castaño, who would I want to fight? Because my strategy or whatever, I couldn't care less. I'm going to do what I need to do.
But you've never seen them fight? Not study tape. Have you seen them fight?
I see the highlights. The highlights, but it's nothing like.
So who watches film?
My father.
Okay.
My father.
And then
we have a game plan. We always have a game plan for everything. We're not going there dumb, but we I'm not the one who does it.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking.
My father does everything. I just listen to him. We get done.
Everybody does things differently, and that's why, because it's weird. Like, to me, when you say you don't watch film, I'm like, oh wow. But then we have other, you're not the first fighter to say that, and then we have other fighters come in like, I just watched their last fight. You don't need to watch anything other than their last fight. I'm like,
that's true.
What if their last fight, the guy he's fighting has a different style? So it's all these questions. It's all these questions.
It takes two to tango.
But you said you've been competing since 8. What got you into the sport?
My family, my father, my older brother. My older brother was a professional fighter too before me. My father was a professional fighter. Just watching them train made me want to join the sport and see what's it about.
Have you ever sparred Benavidez, being as though that this great man next to me has also found David Benavidez and brought him to this sport? And you guys are just so tall, I figure. So you have.
Yeah. We every time we spar him, we go up to Big Bear. We spar each other. It's good work. Great work. He's a great guy.
So what would you say if you had to put a number on the amount of rounds you've done with Benavidez?
I've done 12 rounds straight with him.
Total though, like throughout the time you've known him, or was it only one time, one camp?
No, I think with 2 camps.
Okay.
The one he fought, I think it was Porky.
Medina?
Yeah, Medina. And then when he fought, what was his last fight? Who did he fight last?
Oh, that was the bubble
The one he
fight.
fought
No. That was down here. It was a last minute replacement. Fuck, who was it?
Davis.
Not the Colombia, no?
No, Davis.
Davis. Yup,
No.
Kyron
Kyron
Davis.
Davis.
What was his last fight?
In Arizona.
Maybe it was that one.
Okay.
But yeah. But yeah.
Dan, look, my own chat saying I'm hating on you because I asked you those questions.
Nah, I know, I understand you.
Hey, oh, Dan, TBV's hating on Fundora. No, I'm not. I'm just, listen, these are things that are out there.
You're heartbroken. This is the problem.
He did say it. No, he did say
I
it.
take it.
Man, I mean, look, you seen his face?
Yeah, well, it's boxing.
That's
Boxing. We get punched.
Yeah, but it's gonna be historical because it's a few faces that ended up like that. You know, you got like Hasim Rahman, but that was a headbutt. You know, oh my God, Tio looked bad too. You seen Tio after the Gambosis fight?
Yeah, but that was just more cuts, if anything.
I hope, man. I hope that there's no orbital bone
No, I hope
damage
not, yeah.
there.
Well, I saw him in the lobby. I saw Lubin in the lobby. We shook my hand. We knew each other for a long time, so you know it's business in the ring. But once they get out, it's no reason to hold
Any
anything.
animosity.
There seem to be people in the stands, seemingly, apparently from Lubin's side, but that were upset with the stoppage. Specifically, Coach Kevin Cunningham stopping the fight. Did you think that was the right, or do you think it should have been stopped sooner? Like, what were your thoughts?
No, going into that last round, I saw his face. His face was swollen up a little bit. I was wondering if he could see out of those eyes. And him calling that after coming back to the round, it was the right choice. I think it was.
I was surprised, and Nestor and I said it watching the fight. We were both surprised that they didn't get a doctor to look at him at any point.
I saw that round too. I mean, you can see obviously his face, but what made me notice it more was the ref. You could see the ref looking at him, like looking at his face, like double taking. So I don't think if Kevin didn't stop it that round, I think the doctor would have came in that round. I think the ref would have brought in to check it out.
Let me tell you what I saw. When Lubin was walking halfway already, he had in his mind to stop the fight. Cunningham. And he's my dear friend. I love him. And he did the right thing. But the people who screaming that is the wrong way is because he never be in the ring. Yeah. So
I'm glad you brought that up. Do you guys know that they threw ice at Cunningham for stopping the fight?
Yeah, that's uncalled for. They let the coach do his thing.
Who threw it?
People in the stands.
People in the stands.
Coach knows what's best about his fighter. I mean, he's the coach. He's the one leading the whole team. But people have their opinions. Maybe lost some money. For all we know, it's more emotional if anything. But he saved Lubin. He did save Lubin. He needed that. There's no reason to take extra punishment, especially in the sport.
And Cunningham, honestly, is one of the best trainers in this moment. Mm-hmm. And I give him all the credit. And it's very hard because I know how much he loves Lubin. But I believe that he saved his career. So all these people that he throw ice, which I didn't know, shame of him. Shame of each one of them.
Samson, you're the only one that can answer this because I know it's going to come up. Lubin has been in 4, maybe this is maybe the 5th eliminator. So obviously now that he lost, people are going to say, why did Lubin have to have so many eliminators? Do you know why?
Well, let me put it this way. I don't believe he have a 4 or 5. I believe it's only 2.
With this one being the 2nd or the 3rd?
This is my 4th eliminator.
What?
This is my 4th eliminator, yep. This is my 3rd WBC eliminator.
Wow. Yeah. Why? Why? Explain. Teach us.
Okay. No, the situation is like that. When you have a great champion, so the sanction bodies, you want to have the best challenger. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't eliminate it because the TV like it too. And the people like it. So it's an elimination, knowing. Like an example, he did Fundora an elimination in WBA. But he will go for the WBC, whatever it was the best for him and what he hope or love. So I believe the sanction body, when you do elimination, is very good for the public.
Oh yeah.
But you're very close to be a champion anyway. So, and now respecting of the next fight for Sebastian, I can tell you that it will be is 4 sanction bodies that each one you have already a mandatory. So how you choose out of 4 the mandatory? Like
Well, isn't there an order? I've interviewed Mauricio Suleiman, and each sanctioning body takes a turn.
I
That
would
is
have thought
correct.
it was who got there first, right? That's what I would have thought.
What do you mean by that?
like was Sue's the WBO mandatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he got there before me, no? I just now became the WBC mandatory, so that's why I would have thought. That's what I thought.
I believe that the winner will be with is Zoom, the Australian fighter.
They're gonna go Zoo next.
Yeah, because it's 2 years number one.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
so
Waiting
look,
for a little
I need to keep a young.
But don't you think you won the bigger fight though? I mean, he beat
Yeah.
Terrell Gachet, who Lubin already beat.
Yeah, but it's just like I guess he's in line first, right? He just got there first. It is what it is.
Man, how old are you?
24.
Pretty mature, patient guy, man.
Look, it's not.
I mean, 4 eliminators, and you still are like, huh? He got there first. It's like, wow, okay.
no,
I'll have my time. I'll have my time.
You know what it is? It's not a needy fighter. It's an example for all the fighters that he live in his house. He doesn't go to parties, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do nothing that many champs doing. Doesn't have too many friends, but the friends that he have is the right ones. But how many champions that he have hundreds of friends? When he lose, even his soul doesn't follow him. He's alone. And this happened with one of my guys that is Jason Rosario. He used to have hundreds of friends, and now that he lost, he have nobody. The only one that he have is his family and his promoter, because I never let him go anyone that he lose. So it's part of the family tradition, put it that way. So that is the reason that it's not a needy fighter that he need to. I don't want to put examples or mention name, but many of the great champions is totally broke. And that is you need the championship fight, like to make money or to keep money and pay his dues that he owned. The other one is David Benavides. He doesn't need Canelo because doesn't spend the money with friends. Invest his money. So when anybody say everybody want a paycheck, David Benavides doesn't give a shit about the money. He told me that. And exactly the same thing is with Fundora. What he want is to be busy. And when it comes his turn, this is what happened. A knockout.
So we have some questions from the people, but I actually have one more for you. I think it was yesterday, before the fight, people were making pics on Twitter. I don't know if you know Michelle Rosado.
Yes, I know him very well.
She said something like, I'm going to go with Sebastian Fundora because Samson Lewickovic is usually right on the people that he, signs. If you sign someone, you're invested in that person. And most of your guys have become champions. Have they all become champions?
No, not everyone, because the only perfect guy or the only perfect is God. Mm-hmm. And God did not allow me to be perfect.
But you have found some good talent. So, I just wanted to tell you that everyone is recognizing, if you sign someone, it's usually for good reason. Where did you find Fundora?
Well,
or how did you find him?
If I need to give him credit to his father, I need to tell you the story.
Oh, tell me.
The father, he called me so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? I saw the picture of your son. He's so fragile. I cannot spend my
Demasiado flaco.
and I'm very, I'm so happy that he proved me wrong. And the father said, you know what? I pay for, you put it on, I pay. You don't need to spend your money. I said, okay, don't pay, but let me see. So I put it, the first one, he was in Vegas, correct?
Yes.
and he was with Anthony.
Something. He's a nephew of Tony.
James Tony.
Yeah.
Anthony Tony. And now he's fighting a cruiserweight. Can you imagine the build of this kid? And almost, he didn't fight for at least 2-3 years after that.
Because same thing happened there, and we broke his orbital.
The father, Freddy, that's right, and Freddy Fundora, the father of Sebastian, he told me, you know what? I want my son to have experience. Can you take it to your countries and fight there? So I took him to Uruguay, and then I took him to Argentina on the same month, and then he come back with a lot of experience. And I believe that sometimes you need to do these kind of trips to learn things. And slowly and surely, there you go. We have a champ in the house.
It's funny you bring that up, right? Because, Sebastian, I want to ask you, he takes you to Uruguay, he takes you to Argentina. You go the distance, both fights, right? You come back, and then it was like knockout after knockout after knockout. I'm curious, what was it about those fights? Like, what did you learn? Because, clearly you went the distance, and then you come back and you just go on, on a knockout streak.
You want to know the honest truth about those two fights?
What's that?
I hurt my left hand.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was but I did learn a lot. Samson put me with tough opponents over there, and I got great experience. Coming back, I fought my first fight with PBC, and I displayed myself for the first time in front of a couple fans, and that's where it really all started.
Now, I'm curious because in those two fights, it was a 3-week turnaround. You fought like the Thanksgiving weekend, and then you fight like mid-December, 3 weeks later. What do you do during those 3 weeks, right? People talk about training camps and stuff being 7-8 weeks. What was that time period like for you from one fight to another?
My dad always tells me we don't live in a training, or we don't have a training camp. We live it. My gym is my house. All I have to do is step out in the backyard and work out, and that's all I do.
Really? The gym is
my gym is my backyard.
So it's like Robert Guerrero, like when his dad, or rather Bones Adams gym. So you're in Coachella though, right?
Yes, I'm in Coachella.
We're gonna have to take the trip. I want to see you train, man.
For sure.
Now, I'm like, because you didn't look this good. Let's just be real. Like you had the Jamonte Clark fight, and
it's all experience. We learn.
I know. So you got me by surprise. I thought Lubin being on this level longer, fighting those names, that experience would trump your experience. But you really shined. That uppercut, it was a lead right uppercut from the southpaw side, and it was just one. Yeah, how'd you see that? Like, I don't know. Was it just the uppercut is there, so I'm going to be throwing it? Or you literally seen that you can time it? Because that was a perfect shot.
We were working that uppercut, especially for southpaw. We were working that uppercut for a long time. I knew that lead uppercut was going to land because that's the same uppercut Charlo hit him with. It's different stance, but it was the same hand. And it's like, I believe I could hit that. I can land that punch too, and we did.
All right.
But by the way, I need to add something very important. The father sent Sebastian by himself without the father, because he said he want to let him learn something new. And not too many fathers, because jealousy, he will do that. And that I give him the enormous credit. That can you imagine he was 19 years old, to let him go and see. Well, happened to be that the father trusts me.
I think that's important, though. I think
trust is.
I think the trust is one thing, right? Because I think that, well, obviously that just comes with time, right? But I think seeing different styles and learning different things is important, because it's kind of like when people talk about raising a child, they say it takes a village. It can't just be the parents. It's gonna, you're gonna have the uncle that teaches you this, and you're gonna have the grandmother that teaches you that. It's kind of the same, right? As far as different trainers see different things, and they have an eye for different things. Who have you been able to learn from, things that you use to this day, outside of your father? Like, what trainers have, or fighters for that matter, have you been able to implement things from there.
Yeah, I like watching fighters like Gennady, and we watched his fight. We watched the highlights of his fight yesterday with Murata, stuff like that. I like fighters that punch.
We were
Deontay
here
Wilder.
at 4 a.m. to watch that live for our audience.
Oh, yeah.
And call that
We're
fight.
degenerates, bro. We love the sport.
Yeah, no, boxing's life, man. Boxing's
know.
life.
So,
I still got a lot of questions from the people.
I'll let you get to that. This the last from me, I guess. Based off the highlights, I'm curious now because obviously Gennady has a trilogy with Canelo ahead of him. Should Canelo come out safe and victorious in May, how do you see the third fight playing out?
I love Gennady. I'm gonna go with Gennady, but
What?
yeah, it's just he's a friend.
You're never getting in that Canelo camp now. He's not gonna spar you.
That's fine. That's fine. Canelo's out. Canelo's pound for pound. I'm not. You can't deny that.
He didn't call you for the Campbell fight? Not Campbell, excuse me.
The
Callum Smith?
Nah, we're not a sparring partner.
Oh.
No, we're not a sparring partner. We're the real deal. So I'm not no sparring partner.
Que él dice que si Canelo lo llama para hacer guanteo, no lo va a
So
hacer.
let me tell you about that story too. Eddie Reynoso,
Uh-huh.
he called me once and he said, "Can I bring David Benavides to spar?" with
When?
Canelo?"
What year? What year?
It was
This is a
few years-
perfect story. Thank you, Samson. ¿Qué año?
It was a few years ago. I cannot remember. I'm getting old.
Do you remember before which fight? Did he already fight Porky
No, it was in that area. Before that,
before the Porky Medina
Jorge
fight?
Medina. So I say, you know what? I'm sorry, you're my friend, Eddie, but I will not recommend you to fight to spar with David Benavides. It would hurt him. And that, I believe, I make the biggest mistake of my life.
So you think based off that conversation that it's kind of steered their attention away from David?
Not really. I believe that Canelo would fight anyone. But Eddie Reynoso, he want to keep his fighters safe. And he have all the rights. You know, I try to do the same thing with all my champions. So as a promoter, that is the problem too in boxing. The promoter try to save his fighter to danger when he doesn't need it.
So did you save David Benavides from Keller Plant?
Oh, I love the fight.
But did you save David Benavides from
No.
Keller Plant 2 years ago?
No. This was
When they both was champions and Plant kept saying he wanted it,
No.
but that it was you.
No. What I say to
Plant?
when I heard the story of his daughter, may rest in peace, and all that, my heart is a grandfather, it blew up. And I told him, look, this is not the time. I want to save him.
You terrible. So basically he's saying he didn't give him the fight so that he could make some money?
No, because he was no money to make. Because he have only few fights.
But that's what I'm saying. You didn't want Benavides to give him a loss, so you wanted him to go ahead and make some money.
Because that is the truth. And now maybe it can happen. Maybe in September, October, it can be the fight that everybody wants to see. And I know, I believe he can go to a pay-per-view.
There's a lot of back and forth that the father, Jose, and obviously David are saying that Keller Plant turned down an offer. Has there been true negotiations this year for a fight with David Benavides and Keller Plant?
Look, I never forgot. I was in the gym when he went through the hands. I hate to say that he hate each other, but it really is something personal, and it be a great fight. Not like this one. I don't believe nobody can. This year he can do a fight like Sebastian Fundora and Lubin.
You think this is fight of the year?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What about Lee Wood, Mick Conlon?
Nah. Not
Whoa. Really? That was a crazy knockout. And it
Yeah,
was from behind
That,
too.
that was the
but
fight
it's
that
not-
was like last round he got knocked out.
Yeah.
And he went and kind of went out the
And
ring.
he was winning like the whole fight.
Yeah.
But it was a different. But trust
And
me.
it was a WBA regular, which that is an interim kind of the.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but no, it be a great fight with Plant. But again, I tried to save because I was, emotional. I said, why we should fight? The same thing happened with what is his name? The Cuban 168 champion.
Morel?
Morel. He asked me, I want to fight him. Oh no, with you, no, I say. You know why?
Who he asked you to fight David,
David.
and you said no.
No. Why?
He's already a regular champion.
I know, but why I say no? Because he
tell-
have only 6-7 fights.
But he's got a world of amateur experience. He's Cuban.
Amateur, he can have a 300 or 400 fight. Doesn't mean
But
it's better.
Samson, no, it's not about being better though. But if the commission and the sanctioning body allows a fight, why not?
Because
I'm a grandfather.
No. You still hurt, eh? I feel bad for you now. No, but
I'm gonna get Bill Haney in here. Bill Haney. He's gonna pop up. Bill Haney's gonna pop up now.
And listen, I make a check for $50,000 to him.
That's true.
And he walk away. But anyway, I wish him good luck.
He took the fight.
Look,
Remember, you said they weren't gonna take the fight.
No. Well, you
Who's
know,
that?
Devin. He said Devin won't take the fight.
What, Camboza?
Yep.
No,
He's going to win.
He took it
He's
too.
going to go to Australia. He's going to take it.
no,
He's
well,
got to win twice though, bro.
That's fine.
What do you,
but
what do you
beside
think?
that,
What do you think of that though? Because you being the fighter, you said it last night. Look, this is great, but I want the real deal. And given that they are, like, don't you find it a little bit outrageous, right? And we're just gonna use Castaño because he's not from America.
No, use Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu wins.
Or Tim. No,
you got to fight him twice in Australia.
Well, no, or Tim Tszyu, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin's WBC champion. You got to go out there twice, Samson. You got to go to Australia twice. I beat you once. I got to come. They should have bought him a house out there too.
Well, you know what? He just if he does everything right and beats him up good enough the first time, he doesn't have to go second time.
That's what I said.
Johnny Gonzalez, Abner Mares.
That's what I said.
but let me tell you about Australia. It's not easy.
I know.
You have a time different. You have a
17
different.
hours from
It's a desert too.
different. So you have many things that depending in what time and if you get,
What would you do?
comfortable.
How soon would you have Sebastian there to fight Tim Tszyu? Like, when would you have his team get to Australia to get acclimated to that time difference?
Full camp.
Wow.
If not, you will not go.
Okay.
And by the way, I used to work in Australia a
time.
lot.
Really?
Yeah, many times.
What did you do out there? Boxing promotion?
boxing, yeah.
Okay. So we got a lot of questions for you guys, and I still have to interview your sister, and I want to meet your dad. You brought your dad?
Yeah.
I want to meet your dad because he's the full trainer, right?
Yeah, but he didn't like doing interviews.
No?
Nah, I don't do
Even as the trainer?
Besides
do it,
that,
you don't
we
do
have
interviews.
only 15 minutes to go.
So you're going to kill me. I'm not going to get the sister here because we got questions for the both of you. We're going to go back and forth. Sebastian, for you, from Miguel, can you tell us your ethnic background and how good is your Spanish? Habla español.
Un poquito. But yeah, my mom's Mexican, my father's Cuban. That's about it.
And for you, Samson, David Maldonado in New York City, who would win in a fantasy fight between Felix Trinidad and Earl Spence, and why? And who was your top 3 hardest punches ever at 147 pounds?
Well, let me put it this way. I hate that question
Fantasies?
because I'm not a fantasy man.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say that Fundora will beat Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because
you can never know.
Yeah.
you can never know. Because one, may I rest in peace, is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when people say about Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. I hate that question. So there's no answer.
So the other part of his question is 3 hardest punches at 147 that you've known historically, present, past, or anything, however you want to do it.
Well, definitely Tito Trinidad is one.
Mm-hmm.
The Julio Cesar Chavez and Manny Pacquiao,
Okay.
the one that I discovered.
That's right. So can I have for educational reasons and information, like, did you always continue to get a percentage, or was it like eventually you no longer got a cut of Pacquiao? Did you like lose him at one point, kind of like Cameron Duncan and Mikey Garcia?
Well, I never have $1 from Manny
Pac. You discovered him and never made $1?
Never, because I was a matchmaker.
Oh man! So you just discovered him to get him a fight?
No. I was working with Murad Muhammad in that time, and I bring that night Castillejo, and I bring with 34th Oscar de la Hoya, and I bring Manny Pacquiao. But I was an employee. I used to get money from my promoter, and I did my job. Now
It's
I'm a
crazy.
promoter, right? But I'm the matchmaker of my company,
Mm-hmm.
so I get paid myself
Mm-hmm.
because I'm knowledgeable. Because I'm not a promoter that he was to Howard University,
Mm-hmm.
or I was in jail and I learned, like Don King. But the point is that all the matchmaker with Bob Aron, it was not Bob that he make the fights. The matchmaker he have, the guy
Bruce
that he
Tramper.
work. But he get the credit.
Mm-hmm.
But the matchmaker, that is the one that is saved the company. So now that I have my own company, I went through all that. I went step by step to get to this point.
Who are you grooming
What do you mean?
to take your position or to become the future matchmaker? You can't do it forever.
No, I did it. I have it. The WBA say that I was the like WBO first. I was 8 years, consecutive years, that I was the matchmaker of the year.
Nice.
WBA, the matchmaker of the decade.
Mm.
WBC doesn't have that award. The only thing what I want, honestly.
So they owe you. They
can
owe
I-
you.
Can I say what I want?
What
now?
you want?
I want one day to someone
Nominate you.
nominate. I'm nominated for the Hall of Fame, but I believe that I deserve it.
Promoter of the year
No promoter of the year. I deserve it to be
in the Hall of Fame.
in the Hall of Fame because I got the really new blood for the boxing world. Manny Pacquiao, Sergio Martinez, David Benavides, now
Fundora.
Fundora, and before that I have
Yeah, Javier.
Javier
Javier
Fortuna, Banana Rosario, Jorge La Hiena Barrios. I mean, this is 30 years of work that I bring new blood to the world
Mm-hmm.
of boxing. So I believe that I deserve it. But, I hope so that I don't get that award when I see him from upstairs.
Oh yeah. You want your flowers now? Absolutely, man.
I know we got questions, but I'm just curious because you said Canelo's pound for pound. Another guy considered very close to the top of that list. A lot of people have him on top of that list is Terrence Crawford. Did you see his comment that he had regarding?
Yeah.
What'd you make
What
of
comment? What comment?
Video game, like a video game.
He said that Fundora is a cheat code. He says he's the type of character you make on fight night and you boost with sliders up in his height and a smaller weight class. It's been teased for him to go up to 154. And given that he is a welterweight champ, he would be in line, for a
Can
title.
I give you the answer here for this question? Can you just say, well, I heard Crawford wanted to come up to 54. Tell him, come test the waters with me before he sees Jamel Charlo.
No, and let me put it that way. I want to see him walk in Fifth Avenue if anybody recognize him.
So
about
now we're doing the popularity contest.
That's correct, because you know what? He's a great champion, but nobody cared for him. And on
I
top
bet
of
you
that,
they'll care for a
No.
fight with him and Sebastian.
Well, but I'm telling you that nobody cared because he never really have the opportunity. Yeah, and especially when the lawsuit that he have now, he put in shame all boxing because
Whoa!
look.
He's putting shame?
Yes, because you're not
Why?
supposed to sue the guy who gave him the opportunity to be a champion like Bob Arum. Bob Arum is not like my best friend because I sue each other. We sue each other.
Wait.
but
So
one second.
isn't that
To say,
hypocritical?
I know, Bob, that they have a heard of any discrimination.
But Samson, did you just hear what you said? You said you're not supposed to sue someone.
no, I know. I
To
sue.
be fair, he did say the boxer and the promoter, not the
Yeah.
promoter.
He did say that.
I say I sue
Bob
Bob
Arum.
Arum,
And he sues you.
and he sued me.
But the boxer shouldn't sue him.
No, but the boxer to sue him for discrimination when he given the opportunity to be and
He
to have
feels
the money.
he was held back.
No, he was not.
He never got the Pacquiao fight.
One second.
Pacquiao was over there.
One second. Mayweather, he had the same situation with Bob. What he did, he said, "Thank you very much. Let me do it myself." But this guy is not capable to do it by himself. He needs to sue somebody, and that is wrong.
Well, maybe he's just bitter because look, he also remember that there's reports.
It's almost 6 months. You have no promoter. You know why? Because
no one's interested.
no one. He think that he worth millions.
Well, there's
of
rumors he's
dollars.
going to PBC, 2-fight deal.
Okay, good luck to him. See what happens.
So you don't think he's going to PBC?
Doesn't pay the minute that we spend now to talk about it.
Wow.
And you have 10 minutes.
Okay. We got for Sebastian Lidslow in Decatur, Georgia. Congrats to you on the win. My question is, how did you get the strength and focus to get back up and finish the fight after taking a knee?
It's the condition. All I had to do is regroup for a second. We do sparring. I don't have no minute break in sparring. We have the 30 seconds break, and like all I need is like 10 seconds, 5 seconds to recover. I'm ready to go.
3-minute rounds?
4-minute rounds.
4-minute rounds. There you go. Lidslow, Decatur, Georgia, same person for you, Samson. He says, I have to ask, because the way you were smiling at the weigh-in and when you were between the fighters, did you know or had a feeling Fundora was going to win?
100%. The only thing I don't like to bet. Because
you gotta
that
start
is
betting.
illegal. No, I cannot.
It's
do that.
legal here.
No, but not
In the eyes of the Lord?
on your fighters. It's not.
I mean, tell your brother to bet for you.
No, I will not do that.
He said,
This
no.
fucking-
He
this
said,
guy.
no. I'll be like this, Danny, go put that money.
Terrible.
Yo, for you, because we got 9 minutes now. Let's see, we got Sebastian, we got Ruin 504 New Orleans. He says, what do you say to the people that think you need to use your reach and height more instead of fighting on the inside? You answered that. You don't got to go back. We talked about that, so we'll get to the next one for you. Dual Ingram and Compton's. Since you were towering, you literally have unlimited potential to move up weight classes. Which class which class does your career end? Excuse me. So how far you think you go up?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know right now. I still walk at this weight, so right now we're gonna be right here. And if God wants me to move up to heavyweight, we'll move up to heavyweight. But right
Damn.
now,
Anthony Joshua, you next.
yeah, right.
By the way, you asked me for 147 to try once.
How long ago was that?
Last week?
I made 152 this last weigh-in, so I could do it. It's just I don't need to, There's no reason to go.
So I mean, Ugas Spence winner, you wouldn't make 147?
Oh yeah, if I get a fight like that.
Samson, for you, Rule 1504 says, what's next for Fundora? Perfect timing.
Next one, I didn't thought about it, but let's see what the sanction body make the decision. And I wish the decision it would be of the best fight, and the best fight would be Fundora against whoever win. Brian Castaño, that is my friend, and Spence, and Charlo. That is my friend too, by the way. He want to actually, it's true story. He told me, Samson, why we not do a join together business?
Oh yeah.
So
wow,
both brothers. I love it.
New York Bullet says, great fight, champ. It was a war. I had money on you, so thank you so much. Respect. Who are some of the fighters you looked up to or that inspired you to box?
My father, first off. He's the one who made me want to box. I watch Marquez. I used to watch Marquez a lot, especially with the fights with Pacquiao. Those are great fights right there. And fights like that, I just like to see people bang and people get knocked out. It's like seeing slam dunks and goals and all that stuff. Touchdowns. You want to see stuff like that. You want to see a knockout.
Dual Ingram and Compton for Lewikovic. He says, you've been around the sport a long time. Lubin took a beating just like many other fighters before him. Can you speak on some issues you see with fighters medically, physically, and mentally after their careers? I think the general public thinks it's okay to steal from fighters by streaming when they don't realize what they go through later in life.
Well, I believe the fall is, like Nacho Beristain say, the women's, the drugs, the alcohol, and definitely the friends and family. The needy people, it will hurt the boxer because it's needy and advice. And many people advise the boxer. And he never was in the ring, he never have a champion, but he knows and he's very smart to say what he's supposed to do and how bad is your promoter or management or whatever. That is the poison that boxers have.
So you think Canelo's poisonous?
And
Because he sued his promoter in Oscar De La Hoya.
Sure did.
You get what I'm saying? And then once he left Oscar De La Hoya,
Went back to the zone.
He became undisputed in 11 months. Samson, that doesn't sound too poisonous to me. That sounds.
No,
or do you
but-
think the situation was
But
different with him and
he
Oscar?
did it kind of like a Mayweather way,
yeah,
where he
exactly.
remember he mentioned the Mayweather way, like I'm not talking crap about Terrence Crawford, but there's
Yeah, well, he didn't sue his promoter. He just got out of the contract.
Yeah.
I don't think did he sue for money?
Absolutely,
I think he
For
did.
game?
Yeah.
Absolutely, but
350 million.
it was what his contract was worth.
But they didn't have to pay it out.
No, they didn't pay it out, but he got out of the contract. But
Exactly.
What
So
I'm
he-
saying is,
so-
we don't know. I mean, Bob hasn't paid anything out, or we don't know what's going to come of that. What I'm saying is the action was there. The
Yeah,
action was the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Terrence, a pound-for-pound fighter, sues Bob. Canelo, a pound-for-pound fighter, sued Oscar. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I always look at it like relationships, right? We don't know los problemas entre marido y mujer. I got Alejandro Vega who says, what does your diet consist of in and out of camp?
I eat whatever. I do eat whatever. I'm not eating like McDonald's every day while I'm in camp, but if I wanted to, I could, and my weight wouldn't be a problem. My favorite meal to eat out of camp is go to In-N-Out, eat a 4x4.
What?
Yeah.
I love In and Out.
Advertising, free advertising.
I love In and Out. Shout out. All right. For Samson, we got Brandon Lenz in Houston. He says, what's up? This is actually for Sebastian. He says, what's up, Sebastian? Thanks for coming on the show. Would you mind sending a shout out to your biggest supporter here in the TBV community? His name is King Born. He's from Brooklyn. He's been telling everybody about the spider crab Sebastian Fundora since forever. Ness, play his intro so Sebastian can hear King Born. All right, I'll let you do that. Even though he's killing me, we got 4 minutes and 34 seconds left, and you want an intro play, but fine. It's audio.
Brooklyn Zoo is coming through your town. Let's get to it. When you see old dirty bastards in a position like that, then you know they don't get ready to bust your.
I love my TVV, comrades.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Listen, man.
What?
Goddamn spider crab, goddamn Shao Shane. That's all I need, and I'm good.
So all he needs is the spider crab Sebastian Fundora, and he's been talking about you religiously, literally every week. Like he's our new engineer, and he knows all about you because of King Born. So you definitely have a lot of fans out here. We got one more from Alejandro Vega for you. He says, excluding Michelle Rivera, David Benavidez, Sebastian Fundora, who is next? The next one under Samson Boxing.
Beside David Benavidez, by far, Michelle Rivera.
No, he said excluding them.
Excluding that.
Sí, que no puede ser ellos.
Excluding that, the twist, Luis Nunez, the twist,
Nunez, the twist. I gotta look him up.
is fighting. Actually, would fight in the same show.
That's the
Benavidez.
Dominican, no?
Dominican,
Yeah.
I dance with them in the gym, and I dance in the ring.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, we got 3 minutes left. I got Dr. Mofongo. He's Dominican from Long Island. Says, great fight, champ. My question is, given your obvious physical advantages, logic would dictate you use your length and fight on the outside. But we've seen you have no issues fighting on the inside. Is it something you do to purposely mess with your opponent's head by doing the opposite of what they might expect, knowing you can switch up the game plan if need be? Or is it more a case of this is what's comfortable for you?
Yeah, it's more comfortability, you know. That's just the way I like to fight. And I'm pretty sure by now a lot of the fighters are going to know that we like to find the inside. So it's not like a question if I'm going to do it or not. It's just if I find comfortable, I'm going to do it.
He says, on a side note, I love how you carry yourself in and out the ring. You have a great family and support system, and they are class act. God bless. Can't wait to see you and what's ahead.
Thank you so much.
And we got Miguel that says, did your dad train Lubin in the amateurs?
My dad did not train Lubin amateurs, but he did take him to a couple tournaments. You guys ever heard of Silver Gloves?
Yeah.
We took him to the regional Silver Gloves. He would come with us. He would travel with my family, and he's a great guy. He's a great guy.
What, so that was before he met Jason?
Who?
Galarza, the trainer.
No.
The older trainer.
Yeah. Florida,
Because now-
all Florida people. Yeah.
Okay.
All Florida people.
Oh, so you're from Florida?
I was born in Florida, yes. West
What
Palm
part?
Beach.
West Palm. Oh, that's where Kevin Cunningham had his first gym. I have a house in Florida in Sarasota.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we got Sosa Smith that says, I feel you can go all the way to heavyweight when your body matures like Roy did, 154 to heavyweight title. Do you feel like your power will carry up?
I think so. Yeah,
Wow.
I think I could do that. Definitely. I just have to put on the mask, I guess, right?
All right, I think that's it. I know that you guys have a brunch schedule, so I want to just thank you once again for coming on the show, the both of you. I know this is something definitely hard to do right after the fight, so we really appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick intermission to take these pictures with Sebastian. We're gonna see how tall he is next to Ness.
For the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.